As 15th March approaches, it's really important for you to pay advance tax, if any, that is due from you. So in India, there are four important dates for advance tax. There's 15 June, there's 15 September, there's 15 December, and of course, 15th March. And each of these dates require you to pay certain amount of tax. So by 15 June, it's 15.15%. Then by 15 September, you have to pay 45%. By 15 December, you have to pay 75%. And by 15th March, you have to pay 90% of your advance of your tax liability. Now, a lot of salaried people have TDS deducted by their employers, and so they don't need to pay advance tax. But even for salaried people, there can be income from capital gains if you do some stock trading, or there can be F&O income, which is classified as business income, or you might have sold some property, or you might be getting rent. So there can be income other than what your employer has deducted for as TDS. And in that case, you do have to pay advance tax of this percentage by these dates. So, and if you don't pay this much advance tax, then the government levies a 1% interest rate on you per month on the unpaid amount of tax. Let's look at some special cases. For example, if you are a senior citizen, but you don't have business income, then you don't have to pay advance tax. You just have to pay tax before filing your income tax return. But if you do have business income, even as a senior citizen, or if you are, as I said earlier, a salaried employee, but you have sold some property, then advance tax does become due from you. Even if you're an NRI, but you have income from India, then yes, you are liable to pay advance tax. Now, let's take an example of advance tax and what happens in case of a shortfall. So let's assume that you have a total tax liability of 5 lakhs. You have sold stocks or property and you have to pay 5 lakhs. Now, in this example, we have assumed that on 5th September, you have sold this asset, you have sold stocks, and you have incurred this liability. So now 15 June is already gone. So your meter begins from 15th September, which is the nearest date of advance tax. By this date, 45% of the tax due needs to be paid. So in this example, 2.25 lakhs needs to be paid. By 15 December, 3.75 lakhs needs to be paid. And by 15th March, ideally the entire 5 lakhs should be paid. Now, what happens if you have a shortfall? So let's say that you only paid 2 lakhs instead of the 2.25 lakhs by 15 September. In this case, you have to pay interest of 1% on that difference. There's a slight error here. So the 1% will apply on 25,000 and not on 50,000. But essentially that 25,000 is the amount that you have missed. Again, continuing this example, let's say December, you have paid the entire amount. And by March, for whatever reason, you have paid 4 lakhs, but 5 lakhs is the amount due. Again, on that unpaid amount of 1 lakh, 1% interest or 1,000 rupees extra, you will have to pay. Now, the question is, how do you actually pay the advance tax? Through the portal. There are two ways of doing this. So the first way is by logging into the e-filing portal of the income tax department. So in this case, you have to click on e-paid tax, click on new payment, proceed, select the assessment year. So in this case, the assessment year will be 25-26 because the financial year is 24-25. Select type of payment, which will be advance tax, which has a code of 100, and fill in the amount and pay the tax. Make sure you keep the challan because you will need that at the time of filing your income tax return. There's another way of paying advance tax which does not require you to log into your e-filing account, and that is through the FOC portal. So again, you go to e-pay tax, you validate your mobile number which is linked to your income tax, to your PAN with an OTP, and then again you select the assessment year, you select the type of payment, advance tax code 100, and you fill in the amount and pay tax. Now you can pay tax through net banking, you can pay it through debit card, you can pay it through credit card, or even UPI. In case of credit card payments, some cards like HDFC Biz Black, they do give rewards. Most do not, but that credit card option is also there for you.